You're welcome to AM Business. Now, in preparation towards their innovative business ideas, participants of the 2019 Cosmos Innovative Center Agritech Challenge have embarked on a market research tour from Accra to Kumasi to Sunyani, then to Tamale. They visited 16 organizations operating in the agriculture value chain across the country. JoyNews' Karen Dodo joined the business, the bus, and brings you highlights of the tour.
The first market research trip was designed to give the 2019 cohorts the chance to meet and interact with stakeholders, policymakers and consumers in the agriculture value chain. All this was in line to help the various participants understand and deduce problems in the value chain and then come up with innovative ideas to help solve these problems. To begin the market research, the participants visited the Plant Protection and Regulatory Service Directorate, the national institution with the mandate and capacity to organize, regulate, implement and coordinate the plant protection services needed for the country in support of sustainable growth and development of agriculture.
Like this is a MOF, this is a MOF, this is also a MOF, all these are MOF.
They were taken through the various departments, including the Seed Inspection Division, Entomology and Pathology departments. Through interaction with the various heads of the departments, the participants were hinted on some areas they could explore. William Lante is head of Plant Quarantine Division at the Directorate.
We have a lot of things that you can consider. For example, some that will venture into processing their produce to be able to add value to it, to benefit from their work. It's also an area that you can look at, and then also, like I'm saying, you can also help them, to be able to follow these guidelines and protocols that would enable them to be able to access these international markets that normally goes with regulations and standards.
After the Opokwasi stop, it was now straight to the Ashanti region, where there was a lineup for the team to visit a number of processing companies. The companies visited in the Ashanti region include the Kumasi Abattoir Company, Animal Feed Processing Company, Agricare, Darko Farms and Farmers Hope, an organic fertilizer producing company. Amongst these several stops, the one which stood out for most of the participants was the inspiring story of Akwesi Popianta, manager of Farmers Hope. Once a participant of the Ghana Innovative Mentorship Program, a competition similar to the KIC Challenge, he shared his experience about how he remained persistent even though he did not win the competition.
When we were going around to look at waste deposit like you are doing, I figured out something. I said, wow. So as I was thinking through, a gentleman approached me and said that, look, I also have a project, but I can't even put it into proposal. And as we began sharing the idea, we saw that we had a common goal. Then we put it on paper. At the end of it, we placed third. So from that time, that was 2008, 2009. And the award was given in 2011. Among the first 10 that were selected, the only surviving company is ours. All of them are gone. I appreciate it.
Now the proud owner of the only organic fertilizer processing company in Ghana, Mr. Ansai is determined to take his business to the next level. However, the journey to the top, he says, is not easy.
The fact that they've got an opportunity to join the challenge, they should count themselves winners. They don't need to go through the whole process before they see that they are winners. Because before they joined the challenge, they knew what they had in them. And that made them join the challenge. And that alone should be able to push them to achieve their goals. we are not doing what we are doing because it is the challenge that pushes us to this level. Before even the challenge announced the winners, we had already started. And so we realized that we wanted to do the 10. And lo and behold, this is where we are now, and everybody appreciates what we've been able to do. We mentioned the challenge because the challenge also helped us to also get to where we are.
And we heard his beginning, how he actually started. And he made us know he was part of a similar challenge in which we are part right now. And so it actually gave me a hope that from what we are doing and the experiences we are picking, if we put in much effort and we get to the winning stages, we could also, but I also realized that it doesn't necessarily mean that you must win.
What would be the essence of a market research trip without speaking to the actual players in the agricultural sector, the farmers? To make this possible, the cohort had to make a 4-hour trip from the hotel in Kumasi to Nkuranza in the Bunafu region to meet the Nkuranza Farmers Cooperative. In the end, the long tiring ride was worth it, as the team was able to deduce a lot from the farmers. Agronomist and head of the farmers, Rindov Yebua, explained that the farmers will need the help of innovations by the Agritechies to help ease the farming process for them.
We have what we call water conservation technology. It has to do with a new system of farming whereby you can rely on the natural rainfall. But if you don't even have rainfall for about 6-7 days, you wouldn't have a problem. It has to do with the land preparation. Most of the land preparation has been done with manual, the plowing system. So we've come out with a system that is called ripping. With ripping system, what we do is that we don't plow the whole land. We just rip where you are going to plant the seed. That makes it a bit easier for you to conserve moisture in the soil. You know, you don't disturb the soil. You only rip where you're going to plant the seed, which is a bit effective in moisture conservation. So I think it's one way or the other around which any organization can intervene to at least make sure that we're able to help farmers in that spectrum. Appreciate.
From the Bunahaf region, the team headed to the Northern region, the last stop for the market research. Here, they made a stop at the Savannah Agricultural Research Institute, a branch of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. It has the mandate to provide farmers in the Northern, Upper East and Upper West regions with appropriate technologies to increase their food and fiber crop production. Chief Research Scientist at SARI, Dr. Roger Cantong, urged the participants to consider the seed production business as a viable opportunity as government continues the Planting for Food and Jobs program.
But for me, cashing in on this very low-hanging fruit, so-called Planting for Food and Jobs, is so clear into seed production. So one, they can go into seed production, seed produce. You just register with the Ghana Seed Inspection Department of the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. Why do you import everything? But if we go into production, we will not look for. People will rather come and pay dollars to us and buy our seeds.
At the end of it all, the participants were optimistic that the knowledge so far gathered would help them churn out innovative ideas.
Usually we used to think that agri belongs to the underprivileged or those in the rural areas, but it's a very big business even for those of us in the urban areas. Yeah.
The whole, it has been a nice experience. We got to interact with a lot of people in the value chain, and we've got to discover some new things. Our brains has been exposed to new knowledge. So the whole research has been really impactful.
One major thing this market research has opened my eye to is that there are various job opportunities in a lot of sectors that are unexploited. Giving an example, when we went to Ghana Nuts, I realized that this is a company that has a lot of opportunity that various youth can exploit and make a lot of money out of it.
I'm very impressed. The reason being that a lot of these guys did not have any idea about what agriculture is about. A few days down the line, I was impressed to see these guys being able to identify some of the key challenges and wanting to solve them. Wanting to solve them in a way that is practicable. Point is, how do they wrap their heads around it to make sure that these solutions become businesses that can generate money.
And that report was filed by Karen Dodo from Joy Business. Get ready for the challenges that will be thrown at these participants. They will all be here on Joy News. And that's it for AM Business this week. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Stay with us. When we come back, we've got AM Talk.